Hello, everyone, and happy Altered launch day. I wanted to put together this real quick video to explain why I think you should play Altered and what I love about it personally. Now, I've been playing Altered for almost a year, not quite a year, mainly using starter and demo deck. And one great thing just right out of the gate during that time has been how amazing the community is. Every time I teach someone the game for the first time, or they have been playing and we all play together, it's just great. People react really well once they learn the rules and they see the cards, and I'm just really happy to be part of the community. The Altered Discord is also great and full of life, so if you're not in that, I'll leave a link in the description, as well as if you are in Texas, I will leave the Texas Altered Discord so you can see what events are going on. But let's get into the juicy bits of why I really like Altered. For some examples in this video, I'm going to be using the X Altered fan client, and the Equinox team has been really supportive of the client. And while BGA is going to be the official client that syncs your collection, as of today, the collection sync is not up, so I'm going to use X Altered to show off some stuff. It's a wonderful client, really well made. Shout out to the developer. So, one of the just biggest things that drew me to Altered is the art. The art is amazing. I feel like it's vibrant and fresh. A lot of TCGs, while I do love, the art of Magic and some other things, it's a little more toned down and not as vibrant. And I really enjoy just the beautiful, vibrant art in Altered. And I'll show you some cards here. So I am mainly and first and foremost a Muna player. Shout out Muna Squad. If you already have a faction, let me know in the comments who you're representing. But just hovering over some cards here, you can already see the amount of color and just vibrance, like I was saying. Another really awesome thing is the art differences between commons and rares and uniques is really cool to see. One of my favorites that I think I noticed just today was when you look at Kitsune here. This is the common version, has the red robe, cute little tail and everything, but the rare you'll see has a more upgraded look, has the blue coat, and if you look at the tail, it actually also has some different hues included in the tail. And things like that are just amazing to me. I know a lot of card games have, showcases and full art and things like that, but I haven't personally really seen something quite like this before, and I really enjoy it. So here, my good old boys, Spindle Harvesters, you'll see the common here, and then take a look at the rare and just see how the whole card becomes upgraded. The art, the card, everything. It loses that black border and then extends the art as well as adding to the art, and I really enjoy that. There are numerous great artists behind Altered. I believe 26 was the last count. I'll edit that if that is incorrect. But the art is amazing. So a lot of people might not be, willing to jump into a TCG just because of the art, which I hear you. Gameplay is really important to a lot of people. What I will say is the gameplay is actually another thing I love about Altered. I've been playing a lot of the newer TCGs like Star Wars Unlimited, playing a lot of Commander and Magic and things like that, and Altered is my favorite currently. I think what I really enjoy is how quick and snappy a game can be, and it's not overly complicated. Now, when a lot of people hear that, they want complexity. They want something complicated. There are already a lot of things you can do in Altered to make deck building and gameplay interesting and complex, But in my brain, it's a lot more straightforward and easier to teach than some other games. And I just really enjoy that. I can teach two people how to play Altered in under 20 minutes, taking them from the setup to getting them going playing on their own and just standing by and waiting for any card interaction questions. I think that's really special. And if you want to see how I teach Altered, let me know in the comments. There are already a lot of videos out there that teach you how that do a great job. If you want to see how I do it and try to see if I can do it thoroughly in under 20 minutes, let me know. Be willing to try to do that. So, when I am talking about the game being quick and easy to learn and really easy to teach, I think another thing that I truly appreciate is the card actually 100% explains the card in almost every instance.
They've done studies, 60% of the time it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
So if you look at a card here, this is the Muna Caregiver. It has a symbol, target character with hand cost 3 or less gains anchored, and it tells you right there in parentheses, discard me from reserve to do this. That's telling you what that card has to do in order to do that and what that X symbol means, basically. There are some symbols and things like that that you have to learn. I suggest for the first couple games, or first couple rounds at least, using a help card, which are included in the starter decks, and it'll just have those symbols out for you, and just glance over at those. You'll be great. So if we look at another card here, the Spindle Harvesters, you'll see I gain anchored. It explains anchored right there. And then it says at noon, if I have 2 or more boosts, resupply. It explains resupply right there. Put the top card of your deck in reserve. And it's been really great to see how they've kept this around from demo cards to live cards. The demo cards were a little more wordy, the help cards were a little more wordy, and they've done a really good job at paring that down, but still keeping it around. I think this is great because I want to help teach people a game. I want people to not spend a lot of time trying to figure out the rules and going back and forth. And this is great to me. I don't know how long these descriptions will stay like this because I know some people, I know how to play the game. I don't need everything explained to me. I get it, but I appreciate this a whole lot, especially when teaching. So that brings us to why I have the Exalted client open and why I showed you cards on there instead of posting up art, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes I talk too much, whatever. The digital aspect, the online aspect of Altered is already amazing. And me personally, I really appreciate that. I don't always have the time to go drive to a store to sit down and play. I can't always, honestly, buying a ton of new packs. And I don't really have anyone in my neighborhood, local area, friends that exist in real life to play card games with. So the fact that Equinox and everyone behind Altered has been so accepting of Exalted is amazing. As well, Board Game Arena will be the more official client for Altered, and hopefully by the end of this month, your entire collection will sync to Board Game Arena, where you can build digital decks with your collection. That is really huge to me, and it's really important. And the fact that the game is already on Board Game Arena, you can play the starter decks, and has X Altered, which is an amazing client, really makes it a lot easier for me to play Altered. There are some other newer TCGs out there where they don't have an official client, they have no word on an official client, or the fan ones, while it's great to have, they're just not quite as good. It makes it really frustrating to try and play those digitally. Now, that being said, that is just one aspect of the digital side of Altered. The other thing is if you buy a card and have it physically, you also own it digitally. That's where syncing your collection to Board Game Arena comes in. I know there's been talk for ages about Wizards of the Coast, giving you a digital book if you buy a D&D book, and they've basically said it's not going to happen, or wherever that ended last. Or, you know, buying Magic boosters and being able to put those in Arena. While I do think Arena gives you a ton of cards and gives you a lot to play with, I love the fact that if you have physical cards, you also own those exact cards digitally. And that is another one of the huge sells of Altered to me. I just realized I did that whole section about all the digital aspect and Exalted without even having Exalted up, which was part of the point of having it up and showing you the cards on Exalted. Anyways, it's a great client. There are already custom lobbies. You just connect to the server there. I believe what I last heard is if the demand grows, the North American server will be reactivated. That might be a lot more likely now that the BGA official collection launch is delayed to the end of the month. But there's also ranked. Do I connect and show you how terrible my rank is? Look at that. I'm cardboard. The ranks just reset this morning, but don't be fooled. I'm not that great anyways. As well, there are draft. You can do it in the custom section. The learn to play is actually really good in this. Like, shout out. Board Game Arena, if you want to try some starter decks and kind of get a feel for the official client, or Exalted if you want to create custom decks, do draft, and have a ranked mode. They are both great and better than a lot of the other TCGs out there and their online aspect, in my opinion. And really, those are honestly the big three that have me excited about Altered and diving in. I don't have as much Kickstarter product. I unfortunately could not afford to back it, but I'm ready. I'm diving in. I'm ready for organized play. I'm going to an event tomorrow in Dallas, Texas, and I'll be looking to host some things online. So even if you're not in Texas, look for that. And welcome to my TCG channel. There will be more than just Altered because my brain cannot focus on just one thing. So there will be a couple different card games. Don't mind the background, it's a work in progress right now. But big three: the art, the online and digital aspect, the community, and that's actually four things. I kept saying big three. Yeah, so the community, the team, Equinox, they're all great. It's been wonderful seeing them build this and answer questions in the Discord. And I very luckily got to spend some time with a handful of the team members at Gen Con. They were all wonderful, lovely people. And it's quick and easy, but also a lot of fun. So, four things. Big four. That's what we're calling it. I will see you soon in the next video. Let me know in the comments what you want to see and which faction you are going to be representing.